Sing along. I am tired. I am weary. I could sleep for 1,000 years, 1,000 dreams that would awake me, different colors, made of Seven speaks so sweet. Seven down on your bended knee. Taste the whip in love that daylight. Taste the whip now, leave for me. Alright, so sing. Everybody, you know this verse. I am tired. I am weary. Everybody, I could sleep for 1,000 years, 1,000 dreams that could awake me. Strike your mistress and yours are. Back to the chorus one last time. I am tired and I am weary. I could sleep for 1,000 years, 1,000 dreams that would awake me, different colors.
best of the Ackers, and we're really happy to be doing this. It's we'll have to see. This is supposed to be our last year. Alan Coffin said, "My God, he's going to turn this down," and for the minute he has. So I think people should speak out because I think it really represents what Kathy is. It's not really about her writing; it's about the symbol, and it's about somebody that stood up, that really went against the grain and became and really made a major contribution. And that's what everybody here has done. And it also shows that we still have a community. And so we're really happy with that. And the whole vision of this is the overlap. And if you look at the overlap, thank you. And if you look at this overlap, there really is an overlap between the first year and now the 5th year. And you can just start seeing how things are really kind of coming together. And the other thing that sort of really, I guess, peeved off Kaufman was that we started going global. We had a very successful event in Toronto. We were getting into Montreal. Somebody in Germany was going to pick it up. And we had somebody in Texas. And the point is this, is that, you know, the whole community is being taken over by global, you know, if you start looking around the neighborhood, like we have Ai Weiwei from China, we have Banksy from London, we have the Shepard Fairey from LA, we have Stick from London. All this art is being imported into New York. So New York's just becoming the marketing capital, not the art capital. And we want to make downtown ours again. And there is a big overlap here. You know, like Keith here. You know, if you start looking at the list and and weaving it together, it's astonishing how many people are linked together. Keith here did Ruby Rayner's music for her movie. That's Keith. He also played with Richard Lloyd, Field of Fire. We have Jim Fleming here from the first year. His doing Origins of the Hemp Eaters, which is a book that's going to be coming out soon. I have a little bit to do with that, but that is Autonomedia. Autonomedia crosses over with like Jim Feast and Ron Cole and the Unbearables. And so there's this huge overlap. And then there's Alice. And Alice did put in a photograph. Alice has already been an Acker recipient, but she put in a photograph because of Leslie and Adam Alexander. And so, I'm sorry, what's that? Yay, yes, yay. And then we have Penny Arcade, of course. Everybody knows Penny. Penny's involved with everything. We wouldn't be here without people like Penny. So we also have Samoa here. Samoa's an Acker winner. Samoa has a big show right now at How Happening. So that's a big deal. And so there's this, it's really a community. And if you start going through the list, it just weaves all of us together. And it shows that there is a community and an art community, and it is really important. And so, is it over? Let's see. So let's hear a big boo for Alan Kaufman. All right. So, yeah, it's, I just can't believe it. I just can't believe why somebody would want to end this.
Elsa Award.
And they want the Elsa Award. Yeah, so let's hear a big round of applause for Elsa. And of course, we have Bob Holman here. All right, that was good heads down. Okay, thank you. So anyway, yeah. And of course, introducing her is Robert Butcher. Robert Butcher is another Acker winner. And he works with the New York Waste with Lucky Lawler, and she's an Acker winner. So the numbers of recipients, it just makes for this huge community. And the idea was to go global because global is trying to take over us. So why shouldn't the avant-garde, why shouldn't we, why shouldn't the outsiders, the misfits, those other people, artists, why shouldn't they reach around the world? And I think that we should. So on that note, I'm going to pass it over to Kendra, the lovely Kendra. All right, big round of applause for Kendra.
Welcome to the Kathy Acker Awards. Can everyone hear the microphone, or should we try to turn it up a little bit? Is there any way to turn this up, Clayton? Is it okay? Unlike other popular award shows that you see on television or that happen in other cities, this is completely unrehearsed and unplanned, and I have no idea what I'm really saying. aside from the fact that I'm honored to have been a Kathy Acker Award recipient, it was the only award I've ever received in my entire life. I really love all the care that's gone into making these boxes. They're like incredible collages filled with all of our artwork. And this year is especially beautiful by Steve Ellis. Steve Ellis, come on. Steve, no? Okay. So, these boxes are so beautiful, Clayton. They really are.
Yes, and they open up, and all the people that contributed are in. The pieces are inside.
And for being one of the most tireless friends I've ever known, and who has been, such a wonderful friend to us all. And I know that Clayton's schedule's incredibly busy right now, so I can't even imagine how he's organized this for all of us. Also, the difference between popular award ceremonies is I will be giving this award to Clayton, but I'll have to ask for it back. It doesn't belong to me.
Oh my God!
This doll was created by Crochet, and I just wanted Clayton to hold it and to know how much we love him.
Oh my God! I gotta give it back. Beautiful.
Okay. So what do you want to move along with first? Do you want to take the mic, or here's Clayton Patterson again, ladies and everyone.
Okay, this is very Lower East Side with Little Loose. It's Don't Leave Canberra. Makes me, oh my God, I'm envious of that doll, I tell you, I swear to God. What a prize. But we mentioned that Steve did the box, which is incredible. Steve is also an Acker recipient this year. And Keith Patchell and the Venus Ensemble, of course, with performers Clara, Francesca, Alexis Kandra, Quintana Sayaka. Quintana
Sayaka's the next name.
Oh, okay. All right, Bob Holman and Joe Eubanks. So also it's very special this year because the people who are the lifetime recipients is Philly, who Kendra will talk about in a minute, and Leslie and Alexander Sternberg. And they've been downtown stalwart people for decades, really. And Leslie is really a well-known illustrator, has done the illustrations for a lot of sort of cartoons. She was also like a Robert Crumb girl. And Diane Hansen wrote the biography of Leslie's and Adams. And she is an editor at Teschen Books in California. She does the erotic books. And I'll let Kimber talk about Philly.
Well, let's just give a big hello to Philly on Eldridge Street. Hello, Philly. He's here with us in spirit. I didn't write anything about Philly, although I know.
Phil, you know her from your films?
Yeah, of course. And Jack and Peter, I think, Jack Waters and Peter Kramer wrote something for Philly. I met Philly when I was a teenager still. And she was a very advanced artist when I met her. I always thought of her as being way ahead of her time. And she's been a generous woman. When my house burned down, she invited Samoa and I to come and live with her on 4th Street. And she literally saved our lives. And she's been there for us, and she's not feeling great. She's over on Eldridge Street. Yeah, she's got cancer, and she also.
Steve is going to get the award, and he'll tell us a little bit about.
Okay, and Philly is a filmmaker. She's a wonderful painter. She's a
she's a wonderful actress. She's a fantastic actress.
All the way back to Naked Eye Cinema, was involved in the Super 8 movement with Canberra, Samoa, Jack Waters, a lot of people, all Acker recipients, by the way. I'm sorry?
She's a star of Agent of Paradise, Mary Villain.
Star of Agent of Paradise, there you go. M.M. Sarah, another Acker recipient, Filmmakers Co-op. Okay, Steve, come on up and you're taking the box for Philly.
Jack and Peter, you said that you had written something about Philly. Would you like to come up at all? Or Jack and Peter? Pardon me?
They had assimilated something. There was a whole bio. Steve put together.
Oh yeah, I wrote
Yes.
bio, which is in the booklet. In the box.
Can you pass it forward?
Organization is not our greatest asset.
I see a lot of artist friends in the audience. Penny's here. Hi, Penny. Hey, Robert. And so many friends are in the audience. Samoa's here. Siobhan. So many friends are here. And goodness gracious, this book looks wonderful. So Steve went and got this, accepted the award for Philly Lifetime Achievement, Philly Abe. In an increasingly bland and beige world, artist, performer, and icon Philly Abe is a much-needed riot of color and energy. She is a visionary artist of chaotic beauty and a beacon of originality. At one time living in the basement of ABC No Rio, Philly was a fixture at the Pyramid in the 80s, bringing her unique brand of performance art to the stage in the East Village. She was part of 7 Days of Creation at ABC No Rio in 1983 and New Leonard Beach Hotel Project in 1989, of artists decorating rooms in Miami Beach, both exhibitors and created by Allied Productions. She's the star of many films directed by Todd Viro, with whom Philly became a muse for over 2 decades. Notable Viro films starring Philly include Once and Future Queen, The Trouble of Perpetual Deja Vu, The Side of Heaven, 2016. She starred in Agent of Paradise by Mary Bellis and was involved in screenings at Naked Eye Cinema. Her film credits include appearances in the films of Jack Waters, Carl George, Mike Kuchar, and in the 90s, Philly fronted the punk East Village band Eager Meat, which recorded the album America is a Theme Park. In 2004, she co-founded the noise art collective Infinity SS, St. Stanton, with Stanton Street artist friends Carlucci, the Magician, Benson Vianga, Steve Ellis, Giannis Kurtwright, Chris Morrow, Craig Klein, Kozuki Aoki, and Mayuka Nobuta. They collaborated on art, and their noise band performed at the Knitting Factory, Arlene's Grocery, and CBGB's. Philly, also Condor 8, also aka Condor 8's artwork has been self-described as old style thrown against the wall of now, spray paint noise, markers collage, and one foot in the Stone Age, the other in string theory. She graced the cover of Raw Vision issue 66 in 2009, where her work was described as a hybrid practice that was consistently harnessed both punk irreverence and graffiti and transgression to channel demons. She's shown her work with Christina Varga in Woodstock, New York, and Phyllis Kind Gallery in Chelsea. Her art, whether it is her acting, painting, music, or just being her greatest creation, her own true self, will last forever. She is the East Village Joan of Arc, queen of time and space. Thank you, Dr. I love you, Philly. We wish you a strength for right now. Congratulations, Philly Abbey.
Very good, thank you, Penny. And also, with the box comes a poster which was the support of the box and the booklet. The book is Villager and Overthrow Boxing. Overthrow Boxing has 3 women champion boxers, so that's something that's really important. And Steve also did the poster, so with the box goes a poster and a catalog from Atana Media. And the one thing that we're really sort of pleased about with this, and if you look at the Atana Media catalog, calendar. All right, thank you, Jim. Jim's my editor, by the way. So I would be lost without him, as you can tell. But one thing that we're really happy about between the book and the calendar is the number of women that. What's that?
Avant-garde artist and writer calendar.
And many, many are women. So we're happy with the numbers of women that we get in the Acker Awards as well as in the calendar. So there's a large cross-section of women that are represented here, and we're proud of our women. Very good. And moving on.
And you know, gay men, we have a black sense of humor sometimes. We would there was this ironic statement that we all joked about that, oh, we're in New York, queer today, gone tomorrow. That's, okay. So we were a community in crisis, and so many people were dying that I couldn't keep up, really, with all my friends and loved ones and sexual partners and comrades and activists and artist friends who were just dying. So I started keeping a list, and there are 1,100 people on that list now. And these are all people that I knew, and when they left, they took a part of me with them. The book was very personal, but of recent years, I have been wanting to make it more public because it's a historic document. And before AIDS and the whole epidemic gets sanitized, before the Reagans get celebrated for being saviors, which they were not. Fuck them indeed. The Reagans were to AIDS and HIV what Trump is to Puerto Rico. And exactly. And before any of that stuff gets forgotten or marginalized, I wanted to make the book public. And if anybody wants a copy of the book, there's 16 pages, double columns. There's like 1,100 people. You could see me after the award ceremony, and we'll make arrangements to get you a copy somehow. I want to take this one more thing for you. I want to thank the women who, during the horrible years of the epidemic, jumped in to help with activism, starting political groups, just to help and support and start all of this groundswell of political movement, a lot of which became ACT UP. And I salute you, ladies, and I salute all the people in this book. Thank you.
The next recipient, the Acker Award goes to Kate. Am I saying this? Kate Huff. I've known you for 30 years, and I still can't pronounce your last name. Congratulations.
Just think of it like, you got it. I'll make this really fast. I just thank you for this award. It really touches my heart. And I want to thank the activists who inspired me and the people who came before me, people who were both older and younger. The people who really inspired me to keep going were the people who did activism in a way that made it seem fun and light and but also important. So here's to all the activists, young, old, in between. Thank you. And also just one special shout out to the Queer Kitchen Brigade, because I've been working with them and we've been canning and pickling fruits and vegetables to be brought down to Puerto Rico. And when I say brought down to Puerto Rico, I don't mean like sent through the Red Cross or through FEMA. I mean people putting it in luggage and wheelie bags and physically bringing it to Puerto Rico. Because when shit happens and nobody's doing anything, when you see something happening that you think is wrong, just get up and do something about it. Even if it's a little thing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm here for the gardens in the neighborhood. To continue the gardens, is to continue the community. I mean, the gardens are for the health of the kids that are growing up. It's for the arts. It's for everybody to enjoy, to keep us healthy. And please work with us. We all want to work together. We're all one big community. Thank you.
Yes, hooray for our gardens of the Lower East Side. The next recipient, we have community support, and the next recipients are Lorcan and Jeannie Otway. Are they here? Comes Lorcan. Remember when this was a movie theater, everyone? Here, let me hand you this. Congratulations.
Jeannie and I have just completed a 7-year project to write a book about this place and about the history of my family coming here. And in many ways, it's about the fact that rather than being avant-garde, I'm a chronicler of my father and mother, who were champions. They were truly avant-garde in that they both created a world that was unimaginable at the time. My mother, who was a proud organizer for the Abraham Lincoln Brigade when she was at Cooper Union, had the courage to, one, marry a guy who wasn't Romany like herself, and two, made it possible for me to grow up in a family with 2 fathers when that expression was unheard of and undreamed of. At least undreamed of openly. Many people in theater know that having 2 dads and a mom was not that uncommon at the time, but also Mom was in no way a beard to Dad. It was a loving family of 3, which was an avant-garde statement of its day. And so I urge you all to read the book, The Girl in the Safe. When we talk about the popularization of things, I know that when the movie comes out, it will be all about organized crime.
But for the next recipient goes to, we have a group of writers, and the next Kathy Acker Award goes to Deborah Pintanelli.
So I have something to say about Kathy Acker, in case you're not sure. If she's a good writer, if she's something that you want to read at night when you go to bed, you should. And she was the best. And I met her, and I kissed her, and I touched her tattoos, and it's just like being here. And I am home. I've left my home to come here. I'm so happy to be among you. I'm so happy to have met Clayton. I'm just so happy that, that we are honoring all the downtown people that I have waited my whole life. I've moved back. I left here, I lived here on 3rd Street for 10 years, then I went back to Chicago, and then I came back again, and I came back again. And I came back because I want to be with people who live their lives as they write them, as they paint them, as they march them, as they do everything. You know, I just want to be here, and I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so thankful for this award. Thank you so much.
Let me ask you a quick question. How are we not honoring Kathy?
I've heard a lot of comments about, like, I understand that people can't read her. You cannot read someone who's caught up, and what I wanted to say.
But it's about the symbol of her.
No, it's not just a symbol. It's what I want people to do. What I think everybody here does. Everybody that I know and love: Bonnie Finberg, Jim Feast, Ron Colm, Sorlitsky. We disrupt. And what she did was a major disruption. She took her whole writing life and she cut it. She took big swaths of other people's writing and she shoved it down our throats and she disrupted her own writing. She didn't write, she chopped up other people's writing to make us understand what writing was. And it's not necessarily palatable. It's not something that you want to read at night to go to sleep to. It's not like something that you want to, read to your children. And so I feel that what we do is we sacrifice our egos to disrupt. And so we're not famous, we're not bestsellers, we're not, but we disrupt.
One other quick point here on the organization factor is that right before the event started, Cassandra gave me these. These are supposed to be in the box, but they didn't make it into the box. She has her piece in the box. It's a goodie by Foxy that'll come up. So each person that gets the box also gets one of these. So I have to.
Original print.
Yeah, original print signed by Cassandra.
The whole one is 2 feet long.
Oh, yes. So I'm going to pass these out to the people that already have the box, and I'm going to remember to give the people when they come up.
Hooray, and the next recipient goes to Julie Patton. Standing here, 2 names come to mind, besides those of you in the audience. Okay, Steve Cannon. On my walk, the long road here, gray hair matters, I thought of Roland Najardi Laura. And there's some gardens and birds, so I'm singing my heart out here for him. We lost him 2 years ago. And I'm also thinking of saying I accept my award on behalf of Viney Burroughs.
Julie, explain who Viney is.
Oh, okay. Let's see, that's difficult, okay.
Viney is in her,
92.
she's 92. She's one of the, she would be, you would be more familiar with her than say Cicely Tyson or other individuals, but she split her career in 2, in many parts, to serve peoples all over the world. She, UN Women's Commission. So you all know how it is when activism takes part of your art heart. It may marginalize you and financially in other ways, but I'm sure you've seen her walking around the East Village. She's a wee bit smaller than I am and one of the most extraordinary individuals in this community, and you haven't
Great
been...
actress.
Yes, I was gonna, an amazing actress. She was in, okay, this past summer, she's beginning to get more roles at this point in her life. So it sometimes happens that way. She's a phenomenal actress. She was, to see her and Judith Malina together. Those are, she worked with the Living Theater. She's a real legend in this community. So,
All right.
words like these go on and on, because they're about art meets activism. So it's not just about me
but what I can do and say for others. So thank you for listening.
Shavisa.
It's
Shavisa Woods.
Shavisa Woods. I don't really remember this being so like stagey-ish, so I wasn't really prepared for this. Congratulations.
Shavisa put in a book. Want to tell us a little bit about the book in the box? Box in the book?
It's called Things to Do When You're Goth in the Country. So I'm from like a farm town of 1,000 people, and I knew about everything that was happening in this community and the Lower East Side since I was 15. And when I started finding out about it, I was like, I have to go there and be part of this community. And I'm really honored that you've decided to recognize my writing and give me this award. Thank you so much. The thing my grandpa said to me, like the day before I moved to New York, he sat me down and he said, just watch out for the weirdos. And I thought, I'm gonna try to be as weird as everyone else there, and I'm gonna seek out the weirdos. And thank you all for taking me in, and I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Steve Cannon for actually giving me a place to live. Because I came here with $300 in cash and a cat, and that's it. And that was stupid, and I wouldn't have been able to stay here if it weren't for him. He let me live in the art gallery. And thank you all just for doing what you're doing. It's still reaching people. It always was, and it will keep doing it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Gracias. My English is second language, so I have to put something in my advisor to talk about what am I feeling about this award. Well, I'm still in shock. Thank you, Clayton. Thank you, everyone. Particular Clayton, thank you for recognizing the community of the creativity people in the Lower East Side. And taking the inspiration of Bertolt Brecht, in Mexico we say Bertolt Brecht. I guess it's Bertolt Brecht. I have something over here. ¡Viva México! ¡Viva la humanidad! ¡Viva humanity! I got the brick. Very famous from Bertolt Brecht. And this is this brick over here. It symbolizes many things. They can symbolize the house. They can symbolize the labor of the working class people. They can symbolize also wars and divisions. It all depends about the visions of the bricklayers. Right now, all the institutions start to fall apart. And I think it's time to include all kinds of people, all social classes, ethnic groups, genders, every single being in this planet.
Beautiful, Pega. You're incredible at MC. Thank you. Good. Hey, so nice to be here. Yeah, I love this community. It means so much to me. I've been here almost 40 years now, and I just love you all. Thank you so much. I'm so honored and humbled to be with you all. Thank you.
This has been a really beautiful thing to watch and to hear everybody's stories, and you know, it's really nice to be included. And yeah, I did want to thank Clayton for everything he has done. You know, and he really did include me and a bunch of women when we started out. You know, in the early 90s, and opened up a lot of doors for me that were closed. So, you know, I wouldn't be here, you know, without that support. So, so that's it. Anyway, thank you so much.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. I had a blast making these boxes, and I'm thinking what Clayton's doing here is incredible, and I feel super happy to be alive tonight. And so in that thought, I'm going to accept this in honor of my friend Carlucci and Savannah, who's not here. And Philly, who I think about all the time and loved writing that bio.
How about the SS Infinity?
Yeah, we collaborated together. She and I took trips together. She stayed in my parents' home with me. We're super close, and I know that she's really happy to be receiving it. I'm gonna try my best to get it to her. Yeah, so
SS Infinity.
our group was Infinity SS, which was Saint Stanton or Sloppy Seconds or Super Sport. We just kind of change it every day. But anyway, thank you, Clayton. Thank you, Kimbra.
Please, so please come forward. We're losing everyone. Can we take a break? Are we allowed to take a break? Okay. If we're losing everyone, it doesn't matter. I mean, you know, maybe we all need to go home. It's okay. Oh, here's.
Thank you. How about Clayton Patterson? I mean, this baby's got that. Baby's got that. Thank you, Clayton. He's an incredibly generous man and caring. And I'm just amazed at the amount of work that he's done for this. Speaking about the amount of work for this, this box, I have to say, that Steve Ellis did. Just a coincidence, my son, I have a 5-year-old, who, beautiful boy, Brooks, he asked me about 4 weeks ago to explain to him what this was on our wall. And I took him over to the box, to the panel, and I opened it up and showed him all the switches in, and I showed him how we could cut off sections of electricity in our apartment. And then the very same day, later in the day, I get the email from Clayton that says that Steve had done this box. And I said, Brooks, come over here and check this out. I said, there's an award or an acknowledgement, and a bunch of artists are going to put art inside of a box. And I showed him, I go, and it's just like that thing that we just looked at. And he said, when I get older, I want to win.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'd like to thank my ex-wife, Nancy Girl from the Remington School. I'd like to thank Mars Bar. I'd like to thank Amy Vega and Jennifer, my son and daughter. It's funny, I've done a lot of things. I've been photographed for a long, long time. I've been performing for 50 years now. And things are getting a little rough. Because I'm being forced out of my job. I'm going into the poorest people on earth in America, which are the old, because I'm turning 65 this year. I live in a Croman building. Kill all those people that are against you. You know, well, don't kill them. Hurt them badly. I'm terrified. Even though I've been photographed millions of times, I'm new to this, you know. Last year, me and my son were the heads of the Halloween parade in New York City, which I'm proud of. Thank you so much. I don't know if you really know me, but you came to our wedding reception, and you had just come from Europe, and you brought us Spanish toilet paper. It was a little rough. It's funny how when I'm here, I didn't really plan to talk, but years ago I used to hire tons of people because I got this rare job, which I've had for 32 years, and I've hired people from the squats, Bullet, Umbrella, C-Squat. I've been part of the Remington School. I love performing at the Mars Bar. And hey, I love New York, and I hope to continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My husband and I, Jim Fleming, formed Autonomy Media a long while ago, and we are connected to the community by the Williamsburg Bridge, so we're a little bit distant, but it's great. I'm really honored to be part of the community and to have known so many wonderful artists and writers, many of whom are in this room, who have helped Autonomy Media over the years, and thank you, Clayton. In my own life as an archivist, I really admire his project and all of the great work that he's done to document this community.
Clayton always seemed to have it so together somehow. Remember your window with all the neighborhood pictures of all of the children, young and old, on Clayton's window, and has always had a wonderful community spirit. So thanks for including me in that, and all of us in that also, for being so warm and wonderful. And I think this is the last. Is that the?
Yeah, that was it.
There's one more though.
We'll just thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop speaking. I just wanna say really quickly, this has been a wonderful, wonderful night, and it would be great to take a big family picture at the end. Could everyone come on stage, and can one person take it? I like the idea of just people not being an audience, but actually just sort of like the Living Theater would say, sort of breaking it down. The third wall or something, especially shy people should come up here and get photographed. Can we take a picture of all of us?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Okay, that'd be great. I'll take one for my mom.
But also, I don't think it really matters that we're not totally organized, right? The Lower East Side, so it's okay to be a little loose. But also, I think it would be good if people thought about some way to continue this on. It's in its 5th year. It really is establishing something. It's developing a history. And I think it's really important. And, for the first 5 years, it was really sort of dedicated to have a particular concept. But now I'm certain, I think we should form a group and, divide up the labor and the making this happen. And I think we should try to figure out a way to, carry this on. Yeah. Because it really is community, it really is important, and it really is all of us. And I think that's really what counts here. So could everybody come up? We'll take a picture and...
Thank you, Clayton. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for Clayton. Thank you so much. Come on, everybody. Let's take a picture.